arrive unexpectedly, and it took forever to get the UPS man to leave.
I know. I passed him on the stairs.
I said it took forever because of this wicked heat.
I completely understand, dear.
I couldn't sign for the package because the UPS man's meter thingy had a meltdown on the blink, dead on arrival, and then I heard my phone ringing, and then I couldn't find where I put it, and then before I know it, you come bursting in here screaming fire.
It sure is a hot one, isn't it?
Why didn't you call my phone like I asked? Damien, please don't open it.
It can't be the wedding dress.
I don't want you to open it because we're already late for the judge's party.
Relax. Showing a plate isn't going to jeopardize your promotion.
I thought you said the cab was waiting. You must know they're eagle feathers. I ordered them weeks ago. Remember? I told you I wanted to include one with each invitation?
You can't buy eagle feathers.
Tell me about it. Not even on eBay. They're fake. I ordered them from Amazon.
Well, of course they're fake. Real ones are illegal to own.
Illegal?
Well, not for you. American Indians are allowed to possess.
Damien Finney, how many times have I told you it's Native American?
I'm sorry. It was a slip.
You know, for a successful lawyer, you sure have a lot of slips. I think you and me were meant to be. That maybe Christopher Columbus coming to this continent was ultimately all about you.
Not this again, Lucy.
Yes, this again, Mr. Manifest Destiny.
You always get started on this when you get your monthly.
Moon. It's called my moon, but you're wrong. I only bring this up during moments like this one, when I seriously question what primal impulses are really driving
Libido?
your true intentions.
You're right. Who knows what drives my attraction to you? Could be earthly fate, could be cosmic chance.
Cosmic chance.
The reality is you, Lucy dear, have no idea why you're drawn to me as well. So whether it is earthly fate or
Human error?
you want me to let the cab go and help find the phone?
Don't hang up! I'll find you. Eventually.
Yeah, eventually, maybe. Lucy doesn't really have a problem with me saying American Indian. I mean, don't get me wrong. She's got problems with slips and slang, stereotypes, like res instead of reservation. Naturally, you're curious as to how I, a white guy, might get away with a slip or two. You see, I knew Lucy was Native American the first time I walked into Judge Jeffrey's office. She's one of his clerks. I invited her out to lunch after meeting with the judge on a case he was presiding over. She accepted because she knew I was doing some pro bono defense work on a tribal land dispute upstate. She knew I was no Indian file or wannabe, but what Lucy didn't and still doesn't know is that, well, I hate to say this, but I've been to powwows. I've presented tobacco to elders. I've even been in the sweat lodge. You see, I'm afraid my cultural experience might shame Lucy, and I could never do that. Not to her. And I could never tell her about the other Indian experience I've had, other more intimate experiences, if you get what I mean. But we've got a cab waiting, so I really can't get into it. Let's just say there's a little bit more to this Native versus Indian comment Lucy just made. And it's more than 3 wedding jitters. Not for her, but for me. I mean, let's face it. It's a hell of a scary thing for a Native American woman to walk into a lifelong commitment with a white guy who's more Indian than she is. Well, be right down. Lucy, the cab is waiting.
The cab will have to wait. I have to take this call.
What's wrong?
Nothing. It's my credit card company calling about potential fraud. I was overcharged $1,000 for those fake eagle feathers.
Well, bring the phone with you and talk on the way.
I don't want to lose this signal. Why don't you wait in the cab? It's much cooler in there. Besides, this should only take a few minutes.
Okay, if that's what you want.
Damien, please don't pout.
I'm not pouting.
You always pout when you get suspicious.
You're wrong.
Damien, I have a million zillion things on my mind. Another million zillion things to do to get ready for our wedding. I don't have time for an affair. Affairs are work. I think if people were to Google having an affair and all the work that really goes into it, they might think twice before having it.
I don't think you're having an affair. I just don't like being rejected because of my curiosity. That's all. But you're entitled to your privacy, even in marriage, right?
What are you talking about?
Just take your time. I'll be downstairs.
I asked you a question, Skunk. Where are you? What? Here? In my building? But he's coming down. fiance. You can't let him see you. Because Damien knows Indians and he knows what we look like. Skunk, it's just too coincidental that Indians would come waltzing into my East Village apartment building. Skunk, don't take the stairs. Don't take the stairs. Damien always takes the stairs. Take the elevator. Skunk, don't take the stairs. Listen, it's not what you think. It's worse than anything like that. Skunk is my sister Leela's boyfriend. 35 years younger boyfriend. They're suddenly here in New York, out of nowhere, and about to bump into the man I love, a man who does not even know they exist. It's a long story, and if I had the time, I would tell you everything. But right now, I'm late for an event. My boss, District Court Judge Jordan Jeffries, is celebrating 40 years of wedded bliss with his Isabel. 40 years. Oh, I wasn't trying to hide the truth from Damien about my family, per se. I just thought that between now and next spring, I would have time to, I don't know, come up with a good explanation of how my family really didn't die in that house fire after all.
Hey, long time no see.
Lucy, good to see you. Where's Damien?
Well, why can't you look there? We didn't see him. Mother called had us take the elevator.
I apologize if my needing to breathe is an inconvenience, Skunk.
Yeah, cut the passive-aggressive bull, Skunk. We all know you resent Mother Palm's asthma. It's just your guilt talking, driving across the country with no air conditioning because you're too cheap to fix it.
Listen, Leela, in case you haven't noticed, leading the resistance is a full-time volunteer job.
Leading the resistance?
What about Tasty Burgers? They're always desperate to hire, even res bums.
Please, Leela, do you have to talk like that? Do you have to say res? It's so degrading.
Skunk, you could have been working part-time for the past year while we were planning the raid.
Raid? What raid?
Alright, from now on, we'll take the elevator. Hey, what's up with these Walmart eagle feathers?
It was very nice seeing you again, but I have to leave now. I'm late for an event, and you can't stay here tonight or tomorrow night, or however long you plan on being in the city. You can stay in a safe, air-conditioned little motel, the Brooklyn Motor Inn. Just call AAA and they'll give you directions.
I'm afraid that won't be enough to cover things.
Food. You need to eat, of course. And while I'm at it, here's some money for slicing. Nobody comes to New York for the first time without going to talk to the real estate building. Try not to fall off.
Actually, getting back is going to be the problem.
Gas. How could I forget? I'll wire you some money. Western Union. Tomorrow. Any one of you have an ID?
Sure, but there's no point in filling up the blazer when it won't run anyways.
Train is dead.
I have to go. I'll talk to you tomorrow. On the phone. Just catch a cab. Tell them Brooklyn Motor Inn, and the last time you're in the city, the fare was $35, okay?
Lucy, that's all we ever do is talk on the phone. This is the first time we've seen you since you left the reservation.
Yeah, and you wouldn't take up much space. Skunk and I could share the couch.
And I got me a foam eggshell to sleep on.
Yeah. Why do we have to go?
Lucy, why don't you want this fiancé of yours to meet your family?
The building's central air is broken, Mother Pomp. You'll roast to death up here.
I got an oscillating fan in Skunk's truck.
This is very pretty. Did you make it yourself?
From a turkey out on a bingo.
Listen, Mother Pomp, there's a very good reason why you can't meet Damien. Not yet, anyway. And I'd love to sit with you over a glass of iced tea and explain everything.
You told him you were an orphan, didn't you?
Of course I told him that. What did you expect me to do? Damien's normal. He's not used to driving around broken down blazers. He's never played turkey bingo. And he certainly has never dated anyone who's as old as his mother. What did you expect?
So how did you end up at an orphanage?
There was a house fire?
Oh my We all burned up in a house fire. I need some air.
Don't you think that story is tad over the top?
You can meet Damien next year at the wedding. I gotta go.
How are we supposed to be Damien if we're all dead?
Oh, let me guess. You plan on setting up 3 milk cartons full of fire pit ashes in the front row and just call them us.
No, I don't know how I'm going to figure it out. But I have a feeling it may have something to do with a distant auntie, a long-lost cousin, and her young male lover. I don't know. I gotta go. Wait a minute. Are Grandma, Grandpa, and Uncle Willie's ashes still above the wood stove?
Grandma and Grandpa's are. Why?
What happened to Uncle Willie's?
Skunk thought his body was cocaine. Snorted half of Willie's body before we caught on.
Cure me in my habit.
Wait a minute. Why are you in New York in August when you know the wedding isn't until next spring? And what's this about a raid, Leela?
It didn't go so well.
You're on the run from the law? Is that why you're in New York? Mother Pom?
Hey, don't be so You don't have all the facts. Yes, we are on the run, but it's a righteous run.
A righteous run?
We were demanding the tribal council step down. We wanted to put an end to the corruption. And things got a little out of hand.
There was some gunfire.
Few casualties.
And don't forget the petty theft.
More of a stick 'em up, nobody move kind of thing.
Lucy, we're wanted by the FBI.
Let's settle in at the motel. I'll call you in the morning.
We can't stay there.
Oh, and actually, we don't have state IDs.
But we have our tribal cards.
This won't work. There's no expiration date listed.
Of course not. That would be the date of our death.
Listen, Lucy, we didn't come to New York to sleep in no jail cell.
Mother Pom, why don't you lie down on my bed? I got a window fan in it. I'll toss a spinach salad once I tell Damien I'm not going tonight. Skunk, Leela, there's a bottle of Merlot in the kitchen. Try and save me a glass. I lost my phone. I lost my phone again.
We'll look for it while you're gone. Then you go, Lucy. Don't stay home tonight.
It's all right. Damien knows I'm not feeling well. I got my period.
I think you mean moon.
No, I mean period. I'm on the damn rag, okay? I don't know what to tell Damien. Yes, I know. I should have never said a word about growing up in an orphanage. The Sister Myrtle Home for Native American children. But it just popped out when we were making love. Surely you know it's impossible to take back anything that's said in the throes of love. The heat of passion. It's all my fault. All Damien wanted was an innocent lunch date. But I wanted more. His body. All of it. And somehow I ended up luring him back to the motel I was living in. I couldn't find a place when I first moved to New York. The Brooklyn Motor Inn was only $300 a week. Well, what was I supposed to do? How do you explain living in a dive motel unless you come from an orphanage? So, when he asked in between, breaths, I thought I was in the arms of the man of my dreams. I couldn't risk him thinking something was out of whack with my situation. As in, why would a nice girl like me have such a housing hardship? Didn't I have family who could help me out financially with a decent efficiency in Queens? Were there no friends, family living in New York I could stay with? Where was my support system? Even a reservation girl can count on a Western Union wire of 30 or 40 bucks every once in a while. Well, you just met my family. Isn't it obvious? I had to be an orphan to keep Damien from knowing how much my family was screwed up. You know, the day Damien proposed to me, I suddenly realized that maybe I didn't need to be embarrassed by my family after all. In fact, I've been planning for the spring wedding day when Damien would meet my family. I thought I had time, but all that's changed now with this gunfire, casualties, petty theft stuff. I'm in a real situation here. Call it earthly fate, cosmic chance, human error. Oh God, it's all of the above.
It's an e-cigarette. Smokeless.
Aren't those just as bad for you and expensive?
Not too expensive for those corrupt tribal members. Mother Pomp even grabbed me a stash during the raid.
Mother Pomp was involved in the raid? No way. No way.
Wait.
Leela, Mother Pomp was involved in the raid.
She wrote shotgun. Got any news?
Shotgun?
I'm working on it.
You call that working?
I'm texting Corvals. What's with the downer attitude, Leela?
Good morning, Lucy. Did you sleep well?
Mother Pomp, you wrote shotgun?
It's just an expression, dear. I did not have a shotgun.
Well, thank goodness for that.
Beretta, 92 FS.